Okay, welcome back to what I believe are the final reports on full-on practice before the tournament starts. Tomorrow the training will taper off as the opening fixtures are announced. Kirishima and Daieisho were at each other's throats and belts again for the third day straight. Only for the 9 bouts today, mind. Kirishima going 5-4. But he also fought Shodai and Nishikifuji, 5-0 and 3-0 his respective scores, hence racking up 165 bouts in the past 6 days. His pushing and gripping was described as top-notch, and though Daieisho sometimes beat him for raw power, the belt grips Shima landed were unbreakable. But his coach, Michinoku, was underwhelmed. He told me he'd go for 40 bouts, so I came to watch him do 40. But, well, I leave all that up to him, he said. Pre-September, Michinoku told his charge to rest, but the results were worse than both expected. Hence, the Ozeki himself now takes the lead when it comes to planning his schedule. Daieisho beat Shima's bout count by 1, fighting 9 with Shodai, Nishikifuji and Hokuseiho beforehand, and even displaying some belt attacks. The Ozeki's so strong and skillful, and I learned a lot when, outside my plans, we ended up locking together, he said. I'm pleased with my bout count and pleased with my moves. Compared to pre-September, I've trained twice as much. Everyone bar Kirishima, watch out, I guess. Terunofuji may be out, but Atamifuji is certainly in. As always, I'm approaching day 1 in good nick, he told Nikkan Sports. My practice bout count is down a bit, as I spent all that time on the tour, but I'm getting more from each practice bout now, as I'm really thinking about my moves. And, I will admit, it was also nice to work out with different wrestlers on tour. Nishikifuji is also raring to go, despite battling knocks of his own. I say sorry to my fans for missing the entire October tour, he began, but I really applied myself to treatment and rehabilitation during that time. I focused on the core exercises and spent time on my sumo like never before, despite the recent birth of my cute twins, one of whom sleeps a lot, the other of whom cries no end. I've been taking care of my injured foot and building my weight up to a career-high 160 kilos. As I said, I've just lived and breathed sumo these past few weeks. In training now, I seem to be doing alright, but I can't know for sure till the real fighting starts. And part of me feels I must fight through the pain yet more than before, for the sake of my growing family. Finally, this is from yesterday, but Coach Nishonoseki, nearly 5 years retired, is still strong enough to stand in the way of Onosato's charges. He's still built much like he was in his active wrestling days, wrote the Spornichi journalist watching. And Coach has been doing this for me every day since arriving in Fukuoka, his prize pupil said. I'm working on the precise timing of impact, so as not to rise too late, Onosato continued. And Coach even lent me his chest for repeated charging practice last week. Add that to my stint at the Nishonoseki group session, and I feel I've done some great practice. Onosato's careful not to get carried away after deriving too much confidence from similar sessions with his coach pre-July, which he finished on 4-3. As for the fortnight of fighting ahead, he said, I can't really think of titles just yet. It's only my second go at fighting a full 15, so I'll firstly be aiming for 8 wins, but harnessing the spirit I had when I first stepped through the master's door. And stop press. A guy from the year below, in his Ishikawa high school, may join him at salaried level in January. Oshoumi of embattled Naruto stable is now at Makushita 2, and perhaps just 4 wins away from the salaried promised land. And if Onosato hadn't encouraged me to join him at Keiyo High School, I wouldn't be a professional now, Oshoumi said. We were at the same sumo club in elementary school years, and he was amazing even then. I was ecstatic to beat him just 1 time from 10. I admired him in the high school dorm and tried to copy his ways, and I hope we can one day fight in Division 1. I'm also a big fan of Endo, another Ishikawa hero, whose charging angles and supple movements I'm really trying to emulate, even just a little. We wish the young man luck for what's sure to be a highly pressured fortnight.